Greetings everyone and welcome to Collector Corps. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends, Marvel 8 Years, The Uncanny X-Men, Silver Samurai and Dazzler from the retro-carded wave. And yeah, both of these figures are characters that I have been kind of wanting to get, but I don't think they are all too special enough to get their own reviews. So here we are, let's just get them open, and I think we'll look at Dazzler first. And getting Dazzler out of the packaging, this is some real 90s X-Men goodness. It's a very plain outfit, but of course there's a leather jacket, of course there's a brown belt and a headband or bandana. It's quintessential 80s or 90s X-Men really, it's just kind of that look, that era, and I'm actually really happy with this figure. It's not a figure that I was absolutely dying for, but honestly, it's so often on clearance that I kind of had to at least pick up one, and I'm very happy with it. The details that really stand out to me, obviously the star on the chest, and also the star on the leg, red band, I suppose, on the leg, and the gloves, which are fingerless, all really nice features. The belt is loose, which is kind of unfortunate. I will probably glue that down somewhere, but I really like the X logo on there, which is painted a nice red and black, very neat. None of the rest of the belt is painted, but I mean, it's fine. The jacket is nice detail, I like the colour on it, and, you know, it could probably do with some sort of design on the back, but I know this is just for accuracy. The bandana, pretty good. I like the, I don't know what to call that, but the excess just hanging off, it's a bit stylised, I like it. And then the face is, you know, it's Dazzler. I can't really say anything else, it's pretty good. The eyebrows being that light of a colour kind of throws me off, but yeah, overall, I like the lipstick colour. It's a good figure overall. Playing too much Fortnite, I think. Going over articulation, in the head we have a hinge going up into a ball in the head, allows for bearing the chin. We have a lot of back, actually. That's really good, especially compared to some recent figures. And a tiny amount of tilt, but really that's just, you know, the plastic bending more than anything. Overall, still pretty good. Rotation, obviously. I like it. Forward crunch. Back crunch. Pretty good back, actually. And obviously, that's a dumbbell joint, so a lot of sway. Very nice. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately, even though the belt would be able to hide it. At the arm, we have out goes about 90, maybe a little bit past. Rotation all the way around. Nothing at the bicep, unfortunately. Single elbow goes, I'd say it's about 90-ish. We have side to side on the wrist, which, you know, it's a power-wielding hand. It's not a weapon-wielding hand, so I'm fine with that. Rotation, obviously. It's alright. This is a separate piece, by the way, the little gauntlet. Overall, pretty good. At the legs, we have out. Not bad. We have swivel at the thigh, which is really tight for me, but it does go all the way around. Very nice. Double knee, which, yeah, it goes most of the way. I like that, that's good enough. Nothing at the boot cut, or what would be a boot cut, but there is a forward, back, and forward-facing pin for rock. Wait a second. Yeah, forward-facing pin for rocker. I can't get what I want to move. I always test articulation on the left side, so then when things are really tight, there is a rocker there, forward-facing pin, as I say. You can see it on that one. That's really tight on that foot, that's weird. But yeah, overall, in terms of standing, she's not the easiest ever, but like, I've known a lot worse figures to stand up, so not bad. For accessories, you get 2 of these Marvel Legends power effects, or whatever you want to call them, like basically just go onto the wrist. And they're in this pink with little bits of glitter in them, and they just go onto the wrist like that. You can put both of them on, but honestly, I'm not huge on this effect. I really wish that there was a more central position for the wrist, but yeah, it works. If you're a fan of this design, this look, it's definitely an option. For comparisons, we have the 20th anniversary Mystique and the Tri-Sentinel Wave Marvel Girl. I was about to say Jean Grey, but that's specifically Marvel Girl. And yeah, Dazzler is a bit taller. I like that. It works pretty well. Marvel Girl is supposed to be short. Mystique is supposed to be about an average height. So yeah, Dazzler being a bit taller works for me. And then here she is with the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper and the Jazzwares Fortnite Legendary Series Fish Stick. And now, moving on to Silver Samurai. This is once again a really really good, classic X-Men character in all their glory, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of this. It's a very basic, clean design. It's a very classic samurai that you just, you look at this and you go, oh, that's a samurai character, regardless of whether you know anything about Marvel. And yeah, the detailing is pretty good. I like the design on the chest piece, or chest plate, or whatever you want to say. The, rising sun sort of look, which is quite interesting. The red on the helmet, very nice, along with, I guess, the antlers, if we're going by Galactus logic. The helmet design is pretty good. There's a lot of rivets all over this entire figure, which is really nice attention to detail. You have the, straps, or whatever, that are painted all the way over the shoulder. Very well done. I will say, having the skirt piece is a bit... I'm not too fond of that. I would much rather it have been... I don't know. I don't know, because I don't want it to be, cloth goods, because it's supposed to be armour, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of, rubber skirt pieces, so not ideal, but at the boots we do have a nice little design there, and also at the gauntlets we have the same sort of look. Overall, I like the design of it. It's not as interesting necessarily as, a character like Dazzler, but it's still a very neat look. Going over articulation, starting at the head, we have a bit of down, which isn't great. A little bit of up, which is a little bit better, but still not great. The helmet really does get in the way, and then the front armour also gets in the way, so not ideal. A little bit of tilt, but I'm pretty sure, once again, that's mostly just due to plastic just bending a little bit, but, it's alright. You get swivel and everything. It's fine. You don't really need him to look up or down that often, or if you do, there are other ways of getting around that. So at the torso, you do have a dumbbell joint, which allows for all kinds of swivel action, but that does allow for forward crunch. Pretty good. Back crunch, that's actually also very good, but that does break the plating at the front, which is kind of unfortunate. We do have a swivel at the waist, which does break up the sculpt slightly, but honestly, I don't mind that. That still looks fine perfectly to me, even though it is breaking up the sculpt. Just because this is armour, it's going to break up a little bit. I'm perfectly fine with that, though I will say, actually lining all this up can be a bit awkward when you're messing around with articulation. But anyway, at the arms, we have out, which isn't actually stopped by the shoulder armour. It's literally as far as that joint will actually go. But the rotation around is definitely stopped, which is unfortunate. It is a softer material, but it's not soft enough to move out of the way, which is unfortunate. We have swivel at the bicep, which I almost said bicep at the swivel, which would have been wrong. And then we have double elbow goes, past 90 technically, but not great still. Then we, of course, have a swivel with, I believe that's up and down on the weapon holding hand. But yeah, it's kind of blocked by the gauntlet. It still is a little bit, and yeah, overall that's fine, especially for a weapon wielding hand, which we'll get onto with accessories in a bit. But yeah, on the legs we have out switch. The skirt does get out of the way, which is quite nice, but still. Swivel at the thigh, which is always appreciated. Double knee goes, if I can get the skirt out of the way, goes, well, a lot of the way. It's a running pose, I like that, that's fair enough. And then we do have swivel at the boot cut, which is always nice to have. Then forward, back, and forward facing pin for rocker. So overall, pretty good. And when it comes to standing, also very, very easy, very good. For accessories, you get 2 katanas, or whatever these are actually supposed to be. I'm not too familiar with sword types, so I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but I believe these are katanas. And yeah, they fit pretty well into the hand. You can have some nice poses with it, especially with that up and down hinge. Overall, very, very nice. I like it. Looks very cool. And if you're not wanting him to hold them, they do just fit onto the side here into, I guess, the... I don't know what to call it. The holster? It's not a holster because that's for a gun, but... yeah, the sword holder on the side anyway. And then for comparisons, we have the Age of Apocalypse wave, Sugarman wave, Sunspot? Sunfire? Sunspot, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. But yeah, these work really well together. Obviously, they're characters that do interact a lot in the comics. And then speaking of characters that Sword Samurai interacts with a lot, Wolverine from the same retro wave. Not my favourite Wolverine, but it works, and as always with heights, Really good. And then we have the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper and Jazzwares Fortnite Legendary Series Fish Stick. Very good overall. And then just to finish off, we of course have Dazzler with Silver Samurai, just to show that comparison. And on that note, that is going to be it for this review. So yeah, overall, I really am happy that I got these. Dazzler was definitely a character I was putting off. I saw her a lot on discount and just kind of went, I'm not too interested, but she is a really good figure and a very good addition to the X-Men display. And as for Silver Samurai, there are so many different teams and scenarios that you can be put in. I personally am trying to build a bit of a, original Big Hero 6 team, which is very unlikely to happen, especially now that Disney have kind of stolen the entire concept of Big Hero 6 from Marvel. It's no longer really a Marvel property necessarily. But yeah, that's going to be really everything that I want to go over. So thanks for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you're around here, and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. I get a new review out every Tuesday and Friday, and to subscribe, you'll never miss out on them. My voice is going. So on that note, that's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!